Okay, so we pretty much have our menu system built now. If I hit F11, click in the scene I'm playing. If I hit F11 and hit Alt P, you'll see we pretty much have our menu system up and running. And the only issue is that none of our buttons really do anything except for the more and return. And what we want to do is press start and have somewhere to go. What we're going to do is we're going to essentially go one button at a time until we add functionality to each of the buttons. Now this first button, start, is really going to take us on our own separate adventure, because what we're going to do is we're going to go into the content examples and create a project, and then we're going to migrate those assets over into this project. And in there, we'll be able to explore that whole environment. It's essentially a digital convention center. We're going to put in some slideshows, and we're going to put in a couple movies to play, movies on the screen and a movie on a projection. So there'll be two slideshows in that, and then there'll be a way to get back here to this main menu. So that content example, what's called the test room level, will really be like our game or our simulation. So when we hit start, it's going to take us into that level. So we definitely have our work cut out for us, but our menu is essentially built. It's just that we don't have anywhere to go or anything to do when we get there, but we're going to change all that. So the first thing that we need to do is get some assets from that content examples project. Let me escape out of here, and let's go into the Epic Games launcher. Now, here in the library, you'll see I have a lot of different assets, but there's one in particular that's called content examples. And if you don't have it, you need to download it. And it's a pretty big file. It's about 7 gigabytes. It's completely free. And then once you download it, click create project. And that's going to take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to do all that, because there's a lot of assets in here. When you're done, you should have a project folder called content examples in your projects here. So here you'll see, here's our menu project here. It's open right now. And I actually have this open too. So go ahead and download this from the marketplace, content examples. Go ahead and create a project, and then you'll end up with something like this. And then go ahead and open it up. And that's going to take a little while to do. Once this is open, you'll end up in a project like this. This is probably where you'll come in. And if I hit play, you'll see we're on this level with all these content examples. Now this is a tremendous asset. Do you ever have the time to go through here and explore all the maps in here? It's really super incredible, because there's a lifetime of knowledge inside of here, essentially. What we're going to do is we're going to take this asset and make it our own. And we're going to leave out all these modules that they have, all these exhibits that they have. We're going to create our own. So if you come in here and you go into example content, you'll see there's all these levels in here showing all these different kinds of things. So I'm trying to see, where is the maps level? Oh, right here. If you come to maps, you'll see each one of these represents a level. So this shows you just how many levels you can have inside a game, which is pretty amazing. You can have 30, 40, 50. But again, this project's 7 gigabytes. Every level gives examples of different aspects of Unreal Engine. There's a lot to learn in here. I haven't been through every level, but I've been through quite a few of them, and there's just a lot to learn. And you can deconstruct every single level in here. And they keep this current too. So this is a work in progress for Unreal Engine. It's a tremendous asset. But what we want in here is essentially a blank level. So let me close this up. And if we come into demo room, you'll see there's this one called test room, and it's already its own level. So what we want to do here is simply right click on this level and go to asset actions and migrate this level. It shows you all the dependencies here. We'll go OK. And we want to go to our Unreal project, and we want to go to menu project here, select the content folder, select that. It's saying that there's assets that already exist. Would you like to override it? Just say apply to all and say yes. That'll just avoid any controversy. So any duplicate assets it's finding, it's just going to overwrite them. So just let it do that. it takes a little while for this to happen. Now there's another asset in here that we want to migrate over to, so we're going to let this go ahead and do its thing. There's, like I said, a lot of assets in here, so it might take a couple minutes. I haven't timed how long this takes, but it looks like it's taking quite a bit of time to do. Okay, so it finally migrated all that over. You'll notice that once it migrates everything over, we actually seem to lose the level until we reopen the project. So now there's this other folder here called Interactables. We have the option to migrate, and we might get that same message again saying that there's duplicates. We'll click on the content folder, select, and we're just going to go ahead and let it overwrite all the duplicates it finds. That goes pretty quickly. So now all the assets have been migrated over and we are done. So we can close out of the content examples project folder right now, and let's go back into our project. So here in our project, you'll see there's a new folder added called global, and if you click in it, you'll see that there's a demo room here. And if we double click into it, this is going to take us into this level. And we're going to take a few minutes just to kind of explore this. I want you to feel free to customize this as much as you want. So here we are in this level, and it's pretty amazing. Like I said, it's like a digital convention center, and we can fly around in here and look at this thing. There's a bunch of stuff in here that we may not want. And like I said, feel free to explore and customize this in any way that you want. So you'll see there's all these mannequins standing around. We may not want that. So we can go ahead and do some exploration and customization right now. So you'll see there's, if we come over here in the outliner, and these are called demo displays, and I click the first one and I click this one, you'll see there's 19 demo displays in here. So you could literally have 19 separate displays if you wanted, but you may not want everything that's in here. And if we look at these mannequins here, you'll see they're all up here, and maybe we don't want these mannequins just standing around. So we're going to go ahead and select them and then just delete them here. Now this whole thing, if I fly outside of this and look at it, it's a pretty amazing. It's broken into, I believe, 4 separate rooms. So you can see them from here. There's this one. I don't know the names of all of them, but one of them's called Room for Improvement and things like that. They all have different names. So it's pretty cool how this is set up. But all of these rooms can be expanded. So if I come in here and we click on a demo room here, let me make this bigger here. It's all set up as an array, as 4 array elements. So if we open this up, you'll see there's these arrays here. And look, this is called the open room. This one is called the small room. This one is the room for improvement that I mentioned earlier. And this is called the light room. I believe this is the light room here. And I'm not sure which. I believe maybe that's the small room here. But all of these can be expanded in length. So for instance, if I come here and let's say, I don't know which one's a small room. So let me hit play again. Now notice something. When I hit play, I spawn in wherever I essentially am. So if I hit play here, I spawn in on the roof. And obviously we're not going to want that. So for right now, it'd probably be advisable to have a player start in here. So here's the end room. Okay, so that's the end room. They all have names here. Room for improvement here. The small room. Okay, so the small room's on the far end. There's a room for improvement. The end room. And I'm assuming maybe that's the light room here. Yeah, there's like these 3 rooms. I don't see a name. I just see the open room. The open room. Maybe that's the light room. The small room. The room for improvement. And the end room. So there's 4 rooms in here. And they can all be expanded. So like let's say here's the end room right here. If I come over here and look at the end room, let's come up here to the top. Room for improvement. Where is it? Right here? End room. Yeah. So if we're, let me turn around here, I'll show you. So watch what happens if I increase the length by 20. See what's happened? And this is all procedurally generated. So it's pretty incredible. That's the end room. And so it can be endlessly expanded. All of these rooms can. So I'm going to put that back to what it was, two rooms. So there's just a ton of things. You can adjust the length, the width, the height. You can adjust the wall drop, close things. There's just a ton of different settings that you can do. Now, what I'm going to do is come over here on this far end here, and this is where we're going to essentially have our base camp here. This is going to be our entry point. So one thing I'd like to do is bring in a player start, because I don't want to just be spawning in randomly. So let's go up to window and we'll go into place actors and we'll search for a player start here. And we'll drag this in here like this. The blue arrow here is showing which way we're going to be facing. So I'd like to just spawn in here on this one end of this section here. So let's back it up. And this will be where we spawn in at. So look, if I hit play now, you see I spawn in right here. Okay, so we have this level up and running. It's called the test room level. Feel free to customize everywhere beyond from here out. This area here, what I guess is called the open room, we want to use for our purposes for this class. But anything beyond this room, feel free to customize it, because in here we're going to be making some slideshows and putting in some movie screens and different things. We'll be taking advantage of these modules here. All these titles here, hit escape and I click on here, you'll see we can change the title text on here, the title colors, the descriptions, and everything. So everything in here is customizable. So here I can just say this space for rent. See, just like that. And we can customize every demo display like that. It's endlessly customizable. But let me show you something right now. We're going to go into another section and then come back and start configuring this level so that we can access it. And let's go back into our main menu level here. And we'll save what we've done so far. Okay, now I'll hit 1, kind of puts us back here in our bookmark spot. So what I'd like to do is go into my main menu here. And we're going to take care of a couple things here real fast. Right here in the graph level, you'll see we have our start button, right? So if I click here and press this, what I can do now is open, drag off of here and just go open level by object reference. And we can select our test room, should be in here. Test room right there. So now when we press start, that should take us to this level. Now, since we're here, we might as well, we have a quit button here. We might as well take care of that. So I'll click here, and this could just be to simply quit the game. So here we're going to go quit game. And that's all we have to do. So now, in a sense, these two buttons work, but there's going to be a problem. Oh, this says on visibility changed. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Let me go back to that start button here. On button clicked is what we wanted. Okay. Sorry about that. My mistake. Okay. Compile and save. So what will happen is when we click the start button, it'll take us into that test room level, but we won't have any way back. And then when we hit the quit button, the game will stop. So let's test that out real fast. So let me go into F11 and let's hit Alt P. And if I go quit, you'll see it quit the game for us. So let me hit Alt P again and let's hit start and see what happens. And see how it took us into this level, but we're essentially frozen because we're still in UI input mode. There's no game mode really operative in here. And so we need to take care of all that in the next section. So in the next section, we're going to come back and configure this level so that we can move around and get back to our main menu level. And then we'll continue building out from there. So I'll see you in the next section.